today we have started on just a little bit of rust repair on my newly acquired little short medium wheelbase cheap recovery truck. Quick in, out, sell it type of thing. Man doesn't need another recovery truck. So it's a bit gacky here, all caused by it being parked up for like 4 years because the engine went pop, and then the windscreen drain being blocked there, and the water continuously pissing over down through here into here, soaking all this and then sitting in a puddle there. So what a man's going to do, because this has obviously gone a bit floppy, is change this complete section here. The cross member has survived, bit of repair needed on the end of it. The bottom of this inner wing section here is a bit shite looking, so we might change on that. We haven't decided yet. And then basically, I've done this before on one of these that got hit in the front by a lorry very hard on the M25. No, well, more the fact that he drove into a lorry on the M25 and bent it. So I'm going to take this complete section here, because there is a seam there. There's a plate over the top here, reinforcing, which I can get off, and then it's spot welded all the way down through here, cross here, and then goes all the way across there, back up to pick up on the inner wing, which is rubbish. So I'm going to quickly remove, I'll get this battery box mount out of the way just to make me life easier. And I'm going to take this whole section out here. You can't buy this section, not that I know of anyway. You can get this bit repop, but luckily enough, because I'm a top quality Mercedes hoarder, I've got another chassis cab out the front with it all stripped out, where this bit is lovely. So I'm going to take me rip saw out there in a minute and go zunk, 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 cut all the way through this and cut this big corner off. And then I can pick the spot welds out from the other side and then reuse this one out of another one to make that bit lovely. I know it sounds like an awful lot of work on what really is probably a little truck that's not worth the aggro, but I like doing things like this. And the nice thing with YouTube is it doesn't sometimes have to be profitable, because of course we sell our advertising a bit, gives us a bit of a top up, so you can do stuff that you wouldn't normally do without losing an absolute fortune. So I'll bring you in here a bit closer a minute and you can see the multitude of the rusty stuff, and then we're going to get cutting that out. Yeah, so as you'll see, this has sort of gone, I mean, mainly being held together by good quality Mercedes under seal, which is all lifted off. So that is not actually steel. Where's me pokey thing gone? There's me pokey thing. So that there is just purely old under seal. And as you can see, we haven't got much truck left behind it. But this bit here, which is the front cross, is alright, so we need to get that off there to attend to this bit and then get rid of that bit. I mean, it's sort of alright over here, but it's just as easy to come through here, round there, down there, across here, back here, and then we take this whole section and then make our mind up on what we do with this. I mean, it's sort of 70% solid, and it is only a single piece of tin, so you could sort of, just to get it out properly, you'd have to come into the bulkhead here, but I might just sort of zip it off here, and then I can rejoin a new one into it, or new to it, one into it. Right, as you will be able to see on the previous piece of time lapse, this bit here turned out to be a bit more rubbish than a man expected. It's poop, so I've cut it off. We do have some inner and outer sill issues back there. We'll go and have a look at those in a minute. I'm going to put that somewhere where I can't bend it. So basically, water drain, rot, filling the wing up. This bit was completely gone. This bit's not particularly brilliant. Cunning plan for this. So what I've done, drilled all the spot welds out, as some of you have seen. Chiseled it off the top of the chassis leg here. Didn't really have to drill the spot welds out here because they'd gone anyway. And then obviously you have an inner wing plate here. That's rubbish. And then there was a hole in this, and obviously there's a hole in the bottom of that door pillar. Now you can get this panel bit here, but it's about 85 quid. So I've come up with a cunning plan. Just go over here. So I quickly popped out in the yard, and I have hackered this bit off of another one. So I've got nice door pillar, nice inner wing. This bit's cracking, this bit's not bad, so I might just sort of, and then obviously at the moment I've got the remnants of a chassis leg attached to the bottom of it and a battery bracket. So I'm going to probably hock the battery bracket off quickly. Seen me do that earlier by drilling the spot welds, and then I'll have all the spot welds out of here and try and separate. I haven't quite decided whether to try and separate this piece yet and repair this piece, or just huzzah that bit off there and then rejoin that bit to a chassis leg. But anyway, so there is technically my repair section. Right, we thought we'd take a quick trip in the pit. So as you can see, the rest of this little wagon chassis is really, really good. Diver's side, that's actually bugger. Bit of peely underseal, but we'll sort that out. It's not quite as good over there. So the inner seal was a bit rubbish and the outer seal was a bit rubbish, so I beat that and then that sort of fell off. And obviously that's the bottom of the inner flitch, so I'll replace this inner seal back into the cab corner, take that off, and then put an outer seal in. But that's fine, we've done that now, you've seen me do that. So obviously the trouble we have now is that that bit up there, which is like a corner, is a bit frilly, and you can see how it just joined on into this chassis leg here, and then that's the bit above it to repair it, see, with the chassis leg. Now I don't want to chop a chassis leg, that's not really, I'll do that. So what I'm going to do, most likely I reckon, is unpick this chassis leg from this one, and then unpick this one from the front cross, and I reckon we'll section the front cross member here, because it's only single skin and wing weld done back together again, and then put that whole big bit in. I'll go back up here. Ooh. And we've got bits of Sprinter spread everywhere as always. So, Tom, T. Oh, hold on, I'll come back further than that. Oh, well, look at that. So, cunning plan. So we're going to unpick. We need that bit. I'm just going to bend that over there a minute. We're going to unpick this front cross member. It's technically welded on the inside, but that's fine. We can do that, don't worry. Take this off, unpick this, and I'm going to cut this sort of through here somewhere. To be out of shot last time. So what we're going to do is dragging this small section of immensely sharp steel around. Drill these spot welds here, right across top. Now this underneath here is a bit of chassis leg that we already have over there. So we need to get this piece of chassis leg, detach it. Here, cut it through here, chopping this off. And then get this freed off the top of it. So basically we lose this sort of line here and this bit and that bit. Yeah, that bit comes off. Then we're, what we might even do while we're at it is, there's a possibility for separating the remnants of this bit, but I haven't quite decided on that yet. Because we could go through here and pull this outer off, but I don't really think we need to. So what I'm going to do now is get me spot weld drill and a benchy thing and go separate all of this from that, and then we'll get in here, knock this bit off with this bent step, so that we sort of know where we're going, because we're going to have to do some precise measuring I suppose unless I'll just cut it off across there. That's the other option, that I could move it in, then I can leave these spot welds. That's a thought. Because a join's a join. I'll have a think about that. Detach the outer so that we can get joinings the doorpost in properly when we put it back in. And obviously I have trimmed that off, so we'll sit there. Chassis leg is removed. So what we've got to deal with now, I'm standing on it. So obviously I've got to take this chunk out to match this chunk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it slightly long here, because I need to cut it here somewhere, but I'm going to try and sort of flash off the edge of here, match them up, and then I need plasma cut. Oh dear, the join, and retrieve the remnants of what would be a left-hand toe look off the bottom of it. That won't take 5 minutes. Right, as you can see, I've sorted my repair panel. So at current, it all needs cleaning and tidying up, obviously, and I have taken the front off of the other half of the front cross member to allow me to sort of stick this in here and work it out. But basically, that's somewhere where it needs to be. We'll have a spot welded join back on its originals here. We need to tuck this under the front of the truck. There's a lip here, so we've got to join that one over the top of the other. Obviously this radiator support has to be cut and rejoined there, and then we've got to cut this cross member in, and obviously I've taken the original front off, so we need to have a nice join welded in round here so everything comes together. Jubbly. And then up here, obviously this wing has to be cut. There's a bit of doorpost repair to do, and then we spot weld this bit back on there like that. So we thought we'd have a bit of a workshop wander around as a final. Obviously this is coming in a minute, so Fudgy has been like Mr. Capri rebuilder over the last few weeks. So he's rebuilt that in the flitch. Look at that, isn't that lovely? He's also put chassis plates up in the front there. If we wobble around here, the Peugeot is coming on too. It's been up on this ramp for ages and we're almost done. So that'll be coming soon. So look at that. We've got a whole new boot floor on one side. The big hole where the filler neck had rotted the car out is done. We have just got to do this side is done. It's all sorted. And then this is the last bit. There, we've got my mate Robin's little Ariba car. Called Renault Camper. He's been working on that today in the background because she's gone a bit rusty in down there. Not that that's a problem. Meanwhile, Nige, we're doing this Nigel's big van for a military test. Breaks and bits everywhere. Let's go back over here. So, obviously, you've just seen me do that for the day. So Fudgy has rebuilt himself an inner wheel arch, outer to go on, and he's currently dealing with, as you can see, that large hole there. He's rebuilt the inner flitch this side, and he has acquired 2 wings, which didn't come with the car. And he has fixed all the roof, so you'll see all this in a minute anyway. Right, and look at all those illuminations. Anyway, I have definitely had enough for a day. I'm going to have a cup of coffee, go and pick the last wagon up, which is for an MOT on Monday, and that is me done for the weekend. Right, so that's as far as we're going to get with that today. It's amazing how much time this takes. So all I've got to do, tack that in. That won't take 10 minutes. Inner sill, outer sill, sorting that bit. Put the engine back in and the front back on. Paint it before I put the engine in and the front back on. And we'll be there. So anyway, we'll call this like episode 1. Got some more exciting stuff coming. I've sold, technically, the XM to a mate of the Bearded Explorers who's Citroen crazy. So we've got to get that out of its grave. That's the black XM that you've never seen. So that's a come in, because at current, it no go, because it's been left in the field for a few years. Going to get to that. And I think that's me done for the day. Thank you very much. Al, 6D Diesels.